says Tom Eggers in there.
Good afternoon. We shall begin our council meeting, please, with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, and good afternoon. 12 o'clock noon, Tuesday, November 20, 2018. We shall begin our agenda with a roll call, please.
Tom Eggers.
Aye.
Greg Gills.
Here.
Pete Hamill.
Here.
Sean Brewster. Brad Hint.
Here.
Number 1 on our agenda is the approval of the agenda before you. There are no changes.
Is this where we want to change?
Well, so when we get to the consent agenda, what I'd like to do is take 2 separate actions, just to let you know. Items A through E, we would take one motion, and then on the letter F, we would take a second motion, so that Brad can be a part of voting for the A through E. Other than that, we're really not changing. We'll just do 2 separate motions, okay?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Support.
Thank you. And a roll call, please.
Hamill.
Aye.
Gills.
Aye.
Hint.
Aye.
Eggers.
Aye.
Second on our agenda, public comments. There are none. So we'll go into the consent agenda. So items A through E, the consideration of the EMA student applications under letter D are Peter Hamill and Jack Bartz. B as in boy, ARTZ. I should have this in front of me. And then Brad Hint will continue to serve on the Area Solid Waste Agency. Northwest Iowa Area Solid Waste Agency. So do we have any questions, discussions? If not, do we have a motion to approve items A through E?
Move that we approve.
Second.
Thank you. If there's no discussion, I'll take a roll call, please.
Hint.
Aye.
Hamill.
Aye.
Gills.
Aye.
Eggers.
Aye.
Thank you. And then under letter F, I would like to recommend Denny Kruger as our next fire chief. And then Denny would like to appoint as his first assistant Brad Hint and his second assistant as Scott Meineke. I've had conversations with Denny and with the fire department on Thursday evening, and we are ready, and they are ready to move forward. So, any questions, comments? If not, do we have a motion to approve the fire chief and his assistants?
So moved.
Support.
Thank you. And a roll call, please.
Hamill.
Aye.
Gills.
Aye.
Hint.
I abstain.
Eggers.
Aye.
Thank you. And going into new business, we will now open our public hearing in consideration of the resolution terminating the sign easement and authorizing a quit claim deed. I always want to say quick, but it's quit claim deed. The public hearing is now open. Are there any comments? Has anything been received in writing?
No.
With that said, do we have a motion to
close
close?
the public hearing.
Support.
Thank you. And a roll call to close?
Hamill.
Aye.
Hint.
Aye.
Eggers.
Aye.
Gills.
Aye.
Thank you. And then we would need to approve by resolution the terminating of the signed easement and authorizing a quit claim deed. Questions? Further discussion? If not, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Thank you.
Support.
Thank you. And a roll call, please.
Eggers.
Aye.
Hint.
Aye.
Gills.
Aye.
Hamill.
Aye.
Thank you. Number 5 on the agenda is consider approval of pay estimate number 3, and this is the final payment on the airport snow removal equipment. That amount is $1,078.81.
Move that we pay.
Support.
Thank you. I assume no discussion. Roll call, please.
Gills.
Aye.
Eggers.
Aye.
Hamill.
Aye.
Hint.
Aye.
Thank you. We just keep moving right along. Number 6 on the agenda, approval of pay estimate number 6 on the wastewater treatment facility. This amount is, I am on the wrong one, sorry, $352,713.59. And things continue to move along nicely at the wastewater treatment facility.
That is true.
I like to hear that. Great. Do we have a motion to approve pay estimate number 6?
So moved.
Support.
Thank you. And a roll call, please.
Eggers.
Aye.
Hamel.
Aye.
Hint.
Aye.
Gills.
Aye.
Thank you. Number 7 on our agenda, we have a resolution before us with a 28E agreement regarding safety services agreement with the Northwest Iowa Safety Group and IAMU. I'm not going to try to fool myself in trying to explain this further, so I do know it's a 3-year agreement. Todd, do you want to touch base just quickly? I know the amount we're paying for the first year.
Sure. This is something I came to you all with some time ago, and actually asked for approval up to $25,000 to approve the safety, just general safety of our city and our safety programs. We've been working for quite a while to get to this point, and I'm asking you to approve this agreement with IMAU and the other cities. There's
11
currently,
total?
it looks like 11 cities that are going to join. Our cost to date, or our cost for year 1 should be around $14,000. Now, that is assuming that everyone actually approves this agreement. I mean, the total contract is $110, and then we have we have split that up with a base fee, a population fee, and an employee fee. That's how we derived how we split it up between each community. If you look in the back, I mean, there's all the services that we get. It's a pretty in-depth program. It's really the only way us smaller communities can afford an individual like this, is to split it up amongst multiple of us. So I guess with that, I'll quit talking and field questions if you have any.
Is this something, do they go to each community, or do you all go somewhere and meet, or?
So for the meetings themselves. So yeah, we're gonna, through this agreement, the intent is to provide meetings in 4 locations: Sheldon, Sioux Center, Rock Rapids, Orange City. The nice thing about that, and then the other members will have to come to one of those 4 locations for our meetings. But the nice thing is some of the majority of the higher things, if I have somebody gone on vacation, but it's training we still want them to receive, they can go to one of the other 4 locations for the training.
Okay.
But it will require less travel for us to get to our training. But beyond that, there's a lot of services that we currently don't receive in our other program.
Okay, good.
In the long run, I think it's better. It'll benefit us. Just in conversation with you briefly the other day when Sam was here.
It's getting a better grasp on safety and doing a better job of executing a safety program than what we currently do.
Thank you.
The only thing I guess I would add is you'll likely see at budget time not only the increase in the safety line item to pay for this, assuming you approve it today, but probably another increase as well, because I can just about guarantee one result of being part of this program is we're going to have to spend some money on some equipment and those type things that we currently don't have. Now, we don't have to do all those in year 1. The list of services that they're going to provide to us is quite extensive, and they'll never be able to get to all of us in year 1, so we can spread it over some time.
Todd, any value in reassessing this after going through, let's say, 12 months of this with this organization to reflect on its value?
Yeah, so that opportunity will actually come, Tom, after year 3, and there's 2 reasons for that. Well, maybe more than 2 reasons, but number 1, IMAU is going to go out and hire an individual that we are requiring that individual to be placed in Northwest Iowa. So that may be somebody that's already living in Northwest Iowa. It may require somebody to relocate. So they want some time to guarantee for the job. And secondly, because we're joining with 10 other communities, 11 total, it's going to take some time. You know, we got some highlights, and each community will get a board representative essentially.
Okay.
But it's going to take some time to get through the priorities, and I don't know that 1 year is enough time.
Okay.
That's what's been debated or discussed between myself and the other communities anyway. That's where the 3 years comes from.
But all communities are under the same obligation of 3 years then?
Correct. Once this is approved, you are obligated to be a member or pay your dues for 3 years.
Okay.
There's a specific section, Article 1, Section 4, that talks about if and how you can withdraw and the price tag that comes with it.
And
So there's an opt-out price to it then?
not
After the 3 years.
After the 3 years, I see.
correct. Yeah, there's by committing today, you're committing to 3 years, and every other community will be asked to do the exact same thing. What we don't want is half of them pulling out and our costs doubling.
Right. That's what I was wondering too.
Yeah, no, I believe we're protected in here from that happening,
Okay.
and it was specifically designed that way.
Thank you.
If for some strange reason half would decide not to ratify this, would that be back to the drawing board, or the 6 carry the load then?
I would probably still suggest that 6 carry the load, but understand everybody on this list is in the same position. Well, I won't say same, similar position that we are. Difference is the original 4 that got the discussion going, which was Sheldon, Sioux Center, Rock Rapids, Orange City. When we came to you initially, it was probably last spring. We asked for approval of enough money to be able to afford it if it only ended up to be us 4. And the reason before that was until we did our investigating and communications, we didn't know if this one person could handle more than just our 4 communities. And we all see the merit in it for only us 4. But continuing through the process and interviews, IMAU believes that this is a fair amount, a reasonable amount for them to handle with one person. So the other ones have went to their boards or councils since, and got approvals. So I guess I shouldn't say approvals. Got the nod to, we think this is a good thing. Go ahead and proceed.
Yeah.
So I think the likelihood of 6 of them pulling out is very, very slim.
Okay, I just,
Yeah.
it looks valuable to me. And
Yeah.
What are we currently spending on our safety program?
Under $1,000 a year.
I think to be part of the Sioux Center one is like 4,000. I don't even know if it's that much.
I said under 1,000, I thought.
I don't think so.
If we have a safety program down the road that's going to help with injuries and workman's comp claims, and
Right.
I think it'll be beneficial in the long run.
The added cost will give us a lot more bang for our buck as well. I mean,
I believe there's a ton of value in this added cost.
yeah.
I believe it's as a manager of people and employees, this is the right thing to do.
If it saves one serious injury, it's worth
Yeah,
it.
absolutely.
So, I have just one little housekeeping thing. On page 2 of the agreement, under Article 3, Section 1, there's just a typo there. It says, except that no city may appoint more than one representative. I think it's just supposed to be appoint more than one representative. It's in that third line under Article 3.
3, Section 1.
Article 3 on page 2
Yeah.
of the agreement. The third line there.
May appoint.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. And I guess the reason for that, we can get that fixed. The reason for that being that way is there are 2 communities I can think of off the top of my head that have municipal utilities that report to a board, not a council. But then the community is also joining to maybe get their streets department or something like that involved. And when they're doing that, we're accounting them as one member and not 2. So therefore, since every member gets a representative on the board, we wanted to make sure they were.
Yeah, I understand the concept. It was
Yeah.
just, when I was reading through it, I
Yep.
doesn't make sense.
I'll get that, Greg. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions then? Thank you, Todd, for explaining and working on that. And if there's no further discussion, then do we have a motion to approve the 28 agreement for safety services? Northwest Iowa Safety Group and IAMU, what?
So move.
Okay,
Support.
thank you. All right, may I have a roll call, please?
Hamel.
Aye.
Eggers.
Aye.
Gills.
Aye.
Hint.
Aye.
Thank you. Number 8 on our agenda is the consideration of review and approval of a claim regarding an incident that took place in Sheldon on November 2nd.
I'll make them. Oops, sorry.
No, it's okay. November 2nd, I believe. I gotta get there. This has to do with some tires that were damaged. And Micah, did you have anything you wanted to share with us regarding Purdy signing off?
I think it would just be appropriate that, in conjunction with any approved payment, we receive a written
Release form.
for the ultimate beneficiary of the money, whether the money is paid directly to them or the
Or to the place
provider.
where they
Yeah.
had the service completed. So there's two different items to discuss. There's the Morgan Collision tire, and that's in the amount of $1453.17, and then another person had their tires replaced and fixed at Co-op in the amount of $333.84. So the total for this claim is $1,787.01.
I'll make the motion to approve the signed waivers.
Support.
Thank you. Further discussion or nation? May I have a roll call, please?
Eggers.
Aye.
Gills.
I will abstain.
Hamel.
Aye.
Hint.
Aye.
Thank you. And number 9 on our agenda is the consideration approval of wage for a street operator. Do you want to share with who's hiring, starting?
Sure.
et cetera? Thank you.
Sure. As you know, Dave Van B, street superintendent, is retiring at the end of December. With that, we promoted Bryce Mosier. You approved his wage at a previous council meeting. Since that time, myself, Bryce, and Angie conducted interviews to replace the street department employee. We would like, or we have offered, and we'd like your approval on Connor Klatt at a starting wage of $18.29. December 10, 1829 is in pay grade 2, which is appropriate per the collective bargaining agreement, and it's step 3 of 9. So he would have to work 6 years before he got to max in that department. That gives you an idea where we're starting him.
Where that's at.
He's a young individual. He does have some background with heavy equipment, and a little bit of concrete trainable. Will be a long-term asset to our team.
How long has he been with us, Todd?
No, I'm asking you to approve his hiring.
Oh, his hiring, initial
Yeah.
hiring, okay.
And actually, you approve the wage, not the person, but I'm asking you to approve
Okay, all right, so you.
starting wage of him at the street department at $18.29 an hour.
Okay, my confusion, sorry.
I will move to approve that wage.
Further discussion? May I have a roll call, please?
Eggers.
Aye.
Gills.
Aye.
Hint.
Aye.
Hamel.
Aye.
Thank you. And then next, comments. Any comments, Kurt? Lyle? Council? Council to my right? Tom, you feeling all right? I heard this bass voice over there. You kind of took me
It's,
off by
yeah,
surprise
yeah,
earlier.
yeah, if you got any base needs right now,
Staff?
just, I will not be at the next.
Next meeting, okay, December 5 is our next meeting. We'll be back to Wednesdays, December 5,
Yeah, I'll be out on business. that
4:30, and Sam will be joining us. So, all right, with that said, do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Please.
Keel.
Aye.
Kent.
Aye.
Hamel.
Aye.
Eggers.
Aye.
We are adjourned.